You are distracted. We are all distracted. And it's such a shame how bad it's gotten in today's day and age. But it didn't really hit me until today when I was listening to this sound that I usually listen to. And it's like a peaceful meditation sound that I like to listen to. It helps me focus. Um, but what frustrated me and what's been frustrating me is the interruption of this sound with advertisements. And I know this is something that everybody deals with, and it's just a relevant part of today's society. Ads everywhere. But it bothered me so much because it interrupted my peaceful time, right? This is time where I'm brainstorming or doing whatever, and I don't want to be bothered by anything. And I make an attempt to leave my phone in another place or my laptop elsewhere so that I'm not encouraged to be on it. I'm just focused on what I'm doing, and I have a nice peaceful sound in the background. But this forces you to go back on your phone and skip the ad. I know it's such a huge inconvenience, but it adds up, right? Every time that you play something and you have to skip an ad every single time, it gets annoyed. And it forces you to be around your phone because you don't want to have to deal with, going back and forth every time just to skip it. I know it sounds like such a, insignificant issue, but it plays into the broader point, which is that our phones are designed to always be around us and always distract us. I mean, you think about everything else, right? If you're a student, your email, your Moodle, or whatever platform you use to keep track of your studies is likely on your phone. If you're a business owner and you keep track of your business's social media, that's obviously social media on your phone. Your contacts are on your phone. YouTube is on your phone. Like I just mentioned, your music, your noises are on your phone. So being on your phone has become such a crucial part of people's lives, and it's designed to be that way. It's designed to be part of your life. They put everything on your devices so that you never leave your devices. You can read on your phone now. You can learn on your phone now. You can do everything on your phone and your devices. So the outside world becomes more and more irrelevant. It's designed to be that way. It's that we rely on these things and we never have to worry about doing anything else, stepping outside of the realm that they've created for us. And when I say they, I mean big corporations, whatever, Apple, I guess, Samsung and whatnot. So how do you fix this? The first thought that comes to mind when talking about how to fix this habit of being on your phone is Atomic Habits and James Clear. And I think this is from Atomic Habits. I hadn't read it. I just learned about it. So I can't say for sure, but it's the idea of conditioning your environment, adjusting your environment so that you don't have to worry about these things. I'll give an example, and I'll go back to the peaceful sound example, right? This is one that I like to listen to in particular, but I'm not picky. As long as it's a calming ambient noise that I'm playing that can help me focus and just, it kind of eliminates external noises. So I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm not picky. So I'll get off of YouTube, which is where I usually listen to them. And I'll just go to Apple Music where I already pay for it and I know I don't have ads. So I have the ability to do what I mentioned before, leave my phone in another room and not worry about an ad popping up so I have to go on my phone to stop it. So that's something that I like to do. That's just a quick example of how you can condition your environment based on what you have. Now, a lot of people might not have Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. So for this specific scenario, I guess I couldn't really give you an answer. But another example that I'll give that I like is the idea of business and fun, and business being your laptop, fun being your phone. We already keep social media on our phone and whatnot, but your laptop, your place of work, needs to become something else. And I'm not saying whatever you do for work, whatever your business is, isn't fun. It's just the way I'm categorizing it. So when I say business, I really just mean lack of distractions. Your laptop should have zero social media, zero distractions, unless you need that for work, of course. In that case, that's a whole other story. Your laptop should have zero distractions on it. It should be your place of work, your place of business. And in this case, business is fun, hopefully for you. Um, but it should be zero social media, zero contact with anybody else. So you're not forced, or you don't feel forced to be in contact with anybody. You don't feel the need to go on your phone, or excuse me, go on socials, do anything like that. And then your phone is for fun. Your phone has the social media, so you can be on it. I think it's okay to have these habits in moderation, but it's the problem when they take over your day, when you spend 5 hours doom scrolling and you wonder where the day went. How do you give yourself that in moderation, right? Because you might not have restrictions on your phone or anything like that. That's a tough question to answer. I use an app called ScreenZen. This isn't like a sponsored thing. It's literally just what I use. You can restrict when you go on certain apps, but you have the ability to bypass that. So how do you give yourself the mental block to just say no to yourself? And I think it, again, is about conditioning your environment to be one where your phone is not involved. You have to really tell yourself that if you're on your laptop, if you need to get work done, your phone cannot be a factor prior to getting that work done. And so I think the number one thing that will help you outside of any apps, outside of any phone restrictions, is your morning and your nightly routine. And I've talked about it before, but your morning routine starts at night. Your nightly routine starts in the morning. At night, an hour before you go to bed, zero devices. You cannot have any devices in your peripherals, in your mind, doing whatever. And when you wake up in the morning, for at least 30 minutes, you need to wash your face, eat food, drink water, do whatever, but it cannot be your phone or your laptop. I preach this, and I still, even to this day, have a hard time fully committing to not being on my devices in either the morning or night for at least, the 30 minutes. But the days that I go to bed after reading for an hour and wake up not being on my phone or anything for the first half hour are the best, most productive days, because I've already conditioned the beginning of that day to be one that's not reliant on any devices, because my first impression of that day was waking up with no devices, with doing what I know needs to be done. And it gives myself such mental clarity. It's the most refreshing thing. So once you start to do this, this will compile and build into a habit. And then you'll have no problem waking up and going to bed without devices. And then you won't be so reliant on your devices throughout the day. So I think that is the number one tip I would give in terms of ridding yourself of distractions is morning and night routine, zero devices. But on top of that, there's other little things you can do, like conditioning your environments, leaving your phone outside of the room. Like I said earlier, switching to Apple Music if you're reliant on YouTube. But yeah, in today's world, getting rid of these distractions is tough. Our environments are conditioned for them, right? So you need to fix your environment and condition it against these things, these distractions. So I hope this helped out, and thank you for watching.